All right. First and foremost, I want to start off by saying, Kohallah, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rakal, Kwadash. Double honors to the apostles of GMS who rule well and who taught me this truth. And shalom to you brothers out there pushing this truth, Salakia, listening, learning. And I'm going to jump straight into the video, all right? And then I'll get in straight to the scriptures. This is from today, all right? 4/11/2018. Let's listen to this. This is off of BBC News.
Our other major breaking story, President Trump has taken to Twitter to tell Russia to get ready for a U.S. missile attack on Syria. Trump said the missiles will be coming nice and new and...
I'm gonna repeat, let that start over.
The major breaking story, President Trump has taken to Twitter to tell Russia to get ready for a U.S. missile attack on Syria. Trump said the missiles will be coming nice and new and smart, and he warned Moscow that it shouldn't be partners.
This guy, you see, Obadiah, man, this prideful. He's just prideful.
With what he termed a gas.
But like I said, we already know this. War, rumors of wars. That's the time we're in. That's the time we're at war, man. This thing could pop off any minute now. What the hell is this? Hell out of here. Anyway, like I said, we're at war, man. Trade wars, rumors of wars. I mean, I better tighten up, man.
Killing animal. His reference to the Syrian leader Bashar al-Assad.
And once America pops off on Russia, Salakia, on Syria, Russia's gonna get involved, man. Russia already said it.
Assad, Russia's already responded. A foreign ministry spokesman.
See, listen, let me not interrupt it. Let me play it back and let me not interrupt it.
Breaking story. President Trump has taken to Twitter to tell Russia to get ready for a U.S. missile attack on Syria. Trump said the missiles will be coming nice and new and smart, and he warned Moscow that it shouldn't be partners with what he termed a gas-killing animal, his reference to the Syrian leader Bashar al-Assad. Russia's already responded. A foreign ministry spokeswoman has just said smart missiles should fly towards terrorists, not legal government. The US, as you know, has proposed this strike in response to an alleged chemical weapons attack by Syria's government on civilians. Let's go to Moscow now and our correspondent Steve Rosenberg. Steve, there's more coming out of Moscow on this rather fast developing story.
Well, not surprisingly, Donald Trump's words haven't gone down well here in Moscow. Obviously, the American president wasn't listening to President Putin's spokesman.
He was listening, but he doesn't care. He's prideful. Pride leads to destruction.
Earlier today, Dmitry Peskov had said that all sides in this conflict should avoid steps that would significantly destabilize an already fragile situation in the region. But it seems that President Trump's comments have poured oil on the situation.
You heard that? He's poured oil on the situation, meaning things are starting to heat up, man. We getting closer and closer, man. And half of the 2/3 still asleep.
We've used the phrase war of words many times over the last 4 or 5 years, really, to describe the deteriorating relations between Russia and the West. But look at the words being used now, and you see how dangerous this situation is. For example, we heard words of a senior Russian senator today saying that if the US was to launch a missile strike against Syria, Russia would definitely respond.
You heard that? If the U.S. was to attack Syria, Russia would definitely respond. That's World War III right there. 2 nuclear powers.
He said even though Russia knows that could lead to war, not to react could open the path to new U.S. provocations.
See, they putting them in, they backing them up in the corner. They got no choice. They're gonna have to go to war. Why? Because the Most High. Anyway, let me close this out so I can get in the scriptures. Let me let this finish out. And I jump straight into the scriptures.
He said, even though Russia knows that could lead to war, not to react could open the path to new U.S. provocations. And he said, don't test Russia's patience and don't push Russia into a corner. And we heard the words of the Russian ambassador to Lebanon, talking about Russia would shoot down US missiles and possibly the source of those missiles too. So the language is becoming stronger by the day, and that, as you can see, leads to a dangerous situation.
Very dangerous. Nuclear, Armageddon, Holocaustal, dangerous.
It does. And from the other side, Steve, this is more anger than I have ever seen directed at Russia by this president, or in fact any US president, more public anger. And coming in the wake of the story about, the poison spy, relations...
Because they about to make their move soon. That's why he put the troops at the border. We're going to war, man. Y'all better wake the fuck up.
Are truly toxic.
Yeah, I mean,
They're going to push that chip. They're going to push that chip. Everything is falling into place, man. Wake up, man. Wake up.
When you think that relations couldn't get any worse, really.
And like I said, they're going to lock the internet down. I'm off this. I'm going to scripture. They're going to lock everything down. And you guys lollygagging, just watching on the sideline. Better go hard, man. This shit is, we getting closer and closer. The doors of mercy are closing, man. Anyway, I got a couple scriptures and I'm going to close it out. All right. This is Exodus 15:3. It says, the Lord, all caps, so we know that's Yahweh, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, the supreme being, who you guys call God. The Lord is a man of war. He's not this loving, he is that also, merciful, all these things, but above all, he's a man of war. So I got this. Exodus 15:3. The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai is his name. Okay? I'm going to read a little bit on this because this is about, listen to what he said. Pharaoh's chariots and his host hath he cast into the sea. His chosen captains also are drowned in the Red Sea. See, you guys forgot about this stuff. You think this is fake. You don't think this was us. You don't, whatever the hell. But this really happened, man. This happened. But you guys forgot. But don't worry. Something else is about to happen that will wipe this out of your memory. You don't even worry about. Don't worry about this. A new judgment is about to take place. Anyway, Pharaoh's chariots and his hosts hath he cast into the sea. His chosen captains also are drowned in the Red Sea. See, this happened already. The depths have covered them. They sank into the bottom as a stone. Thy right hand, O Lord, Yahweh, is become glorious in power. Thy right hand, O Lord, hath dashed in pieces the enemies. And in the greatness of thine excellency thou hast overthrown them that rose up against thee. Thou sentest Salakia, forth thy wrath, which consumed them as stubble. And with the blast of thy nostrils the waters were gathered together. The floods stood upright as an heap, and the depths were congealed in the heart of the sea. The enemy said, I will pursue, I will overtake, I will divide the spoil. Just like Esau does now. Just like the Pharaoh did back then. Same thing. The enemy says, I will pursue. They pursued us, man. They still pursue us. I will overtake. I will divide the spoil. My lust. Yeah, lustful. Esau is lustful, and all the other heathens. Lustful. Moab, all of them. Elam, all lustful. My lust shall be satisfied upon them. I will draw my sword. My hand shall destroy them. Okay, that's all I wanted to get on that, because y'all forget, the Lord is a man of war, man. The Lord is a man of war. The Lord is his name. All right. And let's get this Isaiah. All right. Isaiah 66:15. For behold, the Lord, all caps again, Yahweh, God. For behold, the Lord will come with fire and with his chariots, like a whirlwind, to render his anger with fury and his rebuke with flames of fire. For by fire and by his sword will the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, plead with all flesh. So not nobody, all of y'all. It doesn't matter if you're a Roman Catholic, if you're a fucking atheist. It doesn't matter. If you're a fucking Chinese, he's coming for everybody, man. It says, for by fire and by his sword will the Lord plead with all flesh, and the slain of the Lord shall be many. Okay? So mass death is coming, man. By ways of famine, by ways of pestilences, which is diseases, by ways of natural disasters, earthquakes, hurricanes. All these things about to turn up, man. In Jacob's trouble. Not to mention martial law, them busting your heads open. Not to mention the missiles. Man, you guys better wake up, man. This and World War III is the culmination, man. This shit about to pop off, man. I'm gonna read this and I'm gonna close out, man. Let's see, Jeremiah 25:30. Therefore, prophesy. This is what we're supposed to be doing, man. This is what we're supposed to be occupying our times in. The elect, the true men of Israel, the true men of the Lord, the elect men of Yasharallah. You know, you're supposed to be studying, watching, because we're watchmen, watching the news, watching the signs, and prophesying. Okay, fuck everything else, man. This is we supposed to be building our faith up, man. Because we coming in some horrible times, man. We getting closer and closer, especially with this dickhead Trump, man. Anyway, therefore, which is not even a dickhead. Thank you, Trump, man. You doing your thing, man. Speed it up. Speed it up. You doing your job. Good job. Jeremiah 25:30. Therefore prophesy thou against them all these words, and say unto them, the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai, shall roar from on high, and utter his voice from his holy habitation. He shall mightily roar upon his habitation. He shall give a shout as they that tread the grapes against all the inhabitants of the earth. A noise shall come even to the ends of the earth, for the Lord hath a controversy with the nations. He will plead with all flesh. He will give them that are wicked to the sword, saith the Lord. That's what, and I just wanted to pull that, man. Jeremiah 25:31. A noise shall come even to the ends of the earth, for the Lord Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai hath a controversy with the nations, man. He got a problem with what's going down here, man. Why? Because the earth is given into the hands of the wicked. Okay? And he got a controversy with you motherfuckers. And he will plead with all flesh, with the sword. And that's what's coming, man. Let me play this over, man. This was a beautiful, 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 beautiful news article, man. Let's listen to this again. This is breaking news, man. Wake up, man.
Major breaking story. President Trump has taken to Twitter to tell Russia to get ready for a
prideful devil, man, taking to Twitter.
U.S. missile attack on Syria. Trump said the...
But why does he take to Twitter? Because we at the end, and everything is being revealed. So there's no excuse. There's no cloak. Everything is out in the open. You see it. You got YouTube. You got your cell phones. You know what time it is. You just in denial. That's why the Lord is going to come as a thief in the night for you motherfuckers.
The missiles will be coming nice and new and smart.
Yeah, the missiles will be coming nice and new and smart for you motherfuckers, man. Fucking around. Tighten up, man. Tighten up.
He warned Moscow that it shouldn't be partners with what he termed a gas-killing animal, his reference to the Syrian leader Bashar al-Assad. Russia's already...
And prideful. Who is he to tell another country who the hell they could be partners with, man? When they funding ISIS and doing all type of fuck shit. Y'all sleep, man.
Responded. A foreign ministry spokeswoman has just said smart missiles should fly towards terrorists.
Yeah, they're not smart. Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahweh Shai's missiles. And he gonna guide them to destroy this place and wherever else he deems fit to be destroyed. But ultimately here, this is gonna be a wasteland.
Not legal governments.
The desert creatures are gonna dwell here.
The U.S., as you know, has been...
And unless you make it in them chariots, that's your ass. And unless you get beamed up with us, Lord willing, we of the elect, that's your ass. Now is your time to get right, man.
Posed this strike in response to an alleged chemical weapons attack by Syria's government on civilians. Let's go to Moscow now and our correspondent Steve Rosenberg. Steve, there's more coming out of Moscow on this rather fast developing story.
Well, I mean, not surprisingly, Donald Trump's words.
Fast developing, man. Everything is speeding up, man. Speeding. The days are getting shorter. Fast. They moving quick. They scrambling. This guy ain't fucking around, man. And you think these other countries don't see that? You think they don't know what time it is? They know it's they ready. They wait. They just waiting for something to pop off. And everything is at an all time. The tensions are building, man.
Haven't gone down well.
Talking people, and then you people talk about not in this lifetime, not in my lifetime. Yeah, because you don't want Yahweh Hashem Yahushua to return. You wicked motherfuckers, man. But he's gonna return to our glory and to you guys' shame.
Here in Moscow. Obviously, the American president wasn't listening to President Putin's spokesman earlier today. Dmitry Peskov had said that all sides in this conflict should avoid steps that would significantly destabilize.
Yeah, common sense would tell you that to fucking back down. But they're prideful, and also it's the will of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai. He wants the war. He wants to gather them up in the valley of Jehoshaphat, to plead with all flesh, to melt you wicked motherfuckers with his missiles. Those are his missiles. Those aren't Russia's missiles. Those aren't United States missiles, Iran's missiles. Those are Yahweh Bahashem Yahushai's missiles. And he's going to launch them.
An already fragile situation in the region, but it seems that President Trump's comments have poured oil on the situation. And, you know, we've used the phrase war of words many times over the last 4 or 5 years, really, to describe the deteriorating relations between Russia and the West. But look at the words being used now, and you see how dangerous this situation is. For example, we heard words of a senior Russian senator today saying that if the US was to launch a missile strike against Syria, Russia would definitely respond. He said,
it's not if, it's when. It's not a matter of if, it's when. When. Not if, when. And he's telling you when he does it, this is what's going to happen.
Even though Russia knows that could lead to war, not to react could open the path to new US provocations. And he said, don't test Russia's patience and don't push Russia into a corner. And we heard the words of the Russian ambassador to Lebanon talking about...
Anyways, with that, I'm going to say shalom.